Get ready, cause it's about time for you to speak your mind. Super Secret Girls Club. Secret Girls Club. Super Secret Girls Club.
Hello. Welcome to Super Secret Girls Club.
Welcome. Good morning. My name is Navi.
My name is Marketa.
Yay, I'm excited to be here.
Yes. Today started off really good because we watched One Piece.
Yes. We're only on episode 3, the live action.
Yes.
So we're still behind. But great. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good. You can probably
Yes.
see the episode 2 up on Patreon sometime this week, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, episode 3 is currently being worked on and should be on Patreon on Friday.
Yes. Yeah. It was great.
On YouTube, the episodes will be dropping weekly. Patreon will get them faster. We're trying our best.
Trying our best.
I don't like when Netflix drops all the shows, like all the episodes at once. It's just like such chaos when we have to like react.
Seriously.
I mean, I'm sure you guys enjoy that, and you don't have the same problems we do.
Yeah, I would love to binge watch this, but sadly we can't. So I have to
Yeah.
hold off and keep being told by everybody that there's a spoiler on the episode 4. I was like, we got it.
Yeah.
We know. It is going to be, it is what it is. But yeah,
Yeah.
super excited.
Yeah.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome.
Awesome. So, we did want to do like a little weekend catch up because this past weekend was a 3-day weekend. My favorite
so
kind of
good.
weekend.
It is.
What did you do?
I think this was one of my productive weekend. It kind of solidified that we need a 3-day weekend every month.
I was going to talk about this.
Like every
So-
month. If you can somehow make that happen, now that the holidays are coming, that's fine. But if you can make that happen, that'll be great, schedule master. If you can build that in. But no, it was a great productive weekend. I always go through this. I've been going through like a cooking phase where I'm liking like the things. So I made a bunch of frozen meals like last year. And I'm all out. So I did like a huge cook meal prep on Sunday. Went to Apple Orchard and essentially made like 4 different dishes for meal prep. So I have like 24 meals ready. So it was a very productive. I cooked till like midnight, but also I was slow, like, you know, just doing my own things, drinking and other stuff, and just cooking and like watching stuff. So it was really good. It was really productive weekend. Apple Orchard is a lot of fun. I have a bunch of apples for you sitting on your
I
desk.
saw that. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you so much.
But yeah, it was fun. It was great. What about you?
I loved the 3-day weekend,
Yeah.
and I was in the same mindset as you. But you know, I mean, I've always been trying to get us to have a 4-day week.
It just doesn't happen.
It's just like every time we actually experience it, I'm just like, can we please make this happen?
Yeah.
But yeah, I did want to. But first of all, for my weekend, it was great.
Did you do anything fun? Besides butter.
We went to a local festival together called Butter. It's a fine arts festival. It was great. It was so much fun,
I
so
love
much
this.
beautiful art, and people just come out dressed in their best.
I love it.
So it's great. It's a great event to people watch. I love it.
It is. It's
And-
funny when Bree
yeah.
came. It was like, where have all these people been? Like
Right?
at home, we just don't have things
Right?
to go put this outfit on. Like now.
They've been wearing joggers this whole time.
Exactly. Look like shit until the event happens. Everybody just don on their like the best outfits. It's
Yeah.
beautiful. It's one of my favorite annual events.
Mhm.
It really is.
Yes, I agree. And then because Monday was off, I actually got a chance to catch up on some of my non-normies work. So I was actually
Nice.
still working, but it was good for me to have that time to just kind of catch up to like tasks that have accumulated.
Makes sense.
And I was able to like check them off my fucking agenda. So that felt good.
Yeah.
But also I was just kind of like, I'm betraying my comrades because I am working on Labor Day.
I know, it's hard. I really I took one day. I think it's been a while. It's been a while since I like just had one day to really like, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to wake up when I wake up without the alarm. But I am just one of those people who can't sit still So I felt I was unproductive, even though I was just, wanting to chill. My whole goal was to chill, but I was just being anxious about the idea of being chill, that I was like, maybe I will do this, maybe I will do that. And I was like, I'm gonna go on a bike ride. Fuck it. I'm gonna go on a bike ride. And I took an hour bike ride, and my whole time was like, God damn, it's taking too long. I have so hard time to chill, but it was good.
Yeah.
It was needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Are you able to just sit down and chill?
So fun you ask.
Yeah.
I
think we have a similar mindset to kind of
Yeah.
that sense.
But I was on I'm doing this 30-day yoga challenge right
Yeah.
now, and it's honestly getting really annoying right now because I feel like, first of all, it's only like a 20-minute segment, which I'm like, okay, I can find 20 minutes in my day. So that's actually good.
Yeah.
But like now I'm seeing the drawbacks of it, because like it's only 20 minutes and it's just kind of like not really giving me anything. Like I don't get my heart rate up. I don't really stretch enough. Like it's just not enough of
So you
yoga,
just like quickly
It just kind of feels
through.
like I like
It's a
if you
task.
food prep, like you cut the carrots and then you left. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like it's like I haven't created anything. You know
Makes
what I mean? Like,
Makes sense.
so it's like it's been really annoying me, and like at this point, my understanding of the challenge in my brain is just like I have to stick with it. That's the challenge. I
How
have
many
to
days are
complete
left?
it. I have 10 days left. I'm also like 3 days behind because when PopCon happened, I just didn't have any time. So I'm 3 days behind. I have 10 days left,
That's not
and I'm so done with it.
So you won't do it again.
Well, I like the idea that it like built that I realized that I have that time,
Yeah.
at least those 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But I do think that I could probably use like a full hour of some kind of exercise, not every day, but at
Mhm.
least twice or 3 times a week.
To get your heart rate up.
Yeah.
So why did you start this challenge? Like, was it a
I-
challenge that going around internet, or you were like, I'm just gonna do this?
Well, one of our friends, Eleanor,
Oh, okay.
she wanted to do some kind of like a workout, like be like a workout buddies.
Gotcha.
So we found the yoga challenge and we just started doing that. She's actually ahead of me.
Oh.
She didn't miss a single day.
Good
but
for her.
I did.
Good for her. That's good. I mean, I think it's helpful to have somebody to kind of challenge you.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I totally understand that's like it's not bringing your heart rate up, so it's just.
I don't think that I would complete this challenge if it wasn't for Eleanor
Aw.
doing it with me, because I'm so over it.
You would have given
I
up.
don't
It was
want
like
to do it
it's
anymore.
like this doesn't help me
Yeah.
in whatsoever.
I
Makes sense.
I like the idea of it being a challenge, but I just find it kind of useless at this point.
Oh,
Like just a waste of time.
at least you tried it. That's
Yeah.
good to know. That's good to know.
But speaking of the 4-day work week,
Mhm.
so a lot of countries, companies have experienced with this, and they've been collecting their data.
Yeah.
So I did pull a list of pros and cons for a
Ooh.
4-day week, and I wanted to talk about it a little
Okay,
bit.
let's do it.
Because personally, I believe that we should get 4-day week.
Yes.
And
Every
then
week
have
or once a
those-
month?
No, all the time.
All the time.
I mean,
I'll be down.
obviously, if needed
Yeah.
to come to work on Friday, that should be just a thing that like, okay, if it's
Happens.
needed,
Yeah.
just shut up, don't complain, let's just do it,
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah. So the pros. What do you think the pros are of working 4-day?
I think the pros are that you're able to get some of your regular life shit done. I feel like we work so often. We're like working 5 days. We only have 2 days to manage our life. So like it's just not enough. So I think with pros is we can get all that done, and also because of the limited time we have at work, we might be more productive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a sound theory. It's
Yeah.
also
Sound
according to the
hypothesis.
data.
Yeah.
According to data, that is true.
Okay. Good.
So it is. I mean, so in the cons list, it also says that the reduced hours can mean reduced work, but in the pros, it says increased productivity.
Okay.
So I do feel like people appreciate when they get like a benefit,
Yeah.
right? And they like they show it by like working that extra. Like they want to make sure this benefit doesn't go away.
Yeah.
So I do feel like
I don't want to be the one
this
person.
does
Yeah.
improve productivity because, well, So some companies will have like, instead of a 40 hours spread in 5 days, they will have 40 hours spread in 4 days. So they will have 10-hour shifts.
Yeah.
Other places will just have whatever, I mean, a salary.
Yeah.
Whatever hours you need to complete, just make sure you take like the 3 days
Yeah.
to yourself.
Makes sense.
So it depends. Like some people are able to complete all of their tasks within a smaller amount of time.
I think it depends on tasks, right? Like I know I love to have 3-day weekend. I think the problem we usually get to it is the recording time.
Yes.
Like I think recording time, because of how many shows we have, that creates chaos for you to fit into that recording in 4 days compared to 5 days.
Yes.
But I think it just depends on I will say I think it depends on the industry or what they're up to.
Yeah, it does.
But I can totally see that if I have 4 days to get this done, I will try to get that done in 4 days compared to like, I have an extra day.
Yeah.
And I'll move it there.
I feel like a lot of the times also, like in a lot of jobs that I worked before that were not like restaurant industry, Fridays was always like
Whatever.
like whatever day, like a
we're not
slow
doing
day,
anything.
like we're chilling by
Yeah.
the cooler and talking. And we have a long lunch, and it's just kind of like I could be at home.
Yeah. It usually is. And I think my past job, my Friday was the day that I caught up. Because nobody wanted to have a meeting on Friday because it's Friday, right? Like a lot of people have Friday off or like half day off. So like the only day when I'm like, nobody is talking to me, let me catch up on my emails. So I can see that Friday just being like, or if I have all caught up, then I'm just chilling. I'm just talking, or I'm not doing anything after lunch and I'm just online.
Yeah.
A lot of times I'm just online, and I could have been like doing something else.
Yeah. So some of the cons that were on this list included inadequate coverage for customers and coworkers, which I feel
depends.
like that could easily be avoided with shifts.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So,
Like instead of everybody taking like that day off, be like, all right, you get Monday off. Half the people get Monday off. Half the people get Friday off.
Yeah.
That's just an excuse.
Yes.
I feel like
so
that's
I
just
do
an
think
excuse.
this, like, there's a lot of items on this cons list that are bullshit. This being one of them.
Makes sense.
Second one is the scheduling conflicts, and I do get that, and I know that would be a problem in our specific company as well.
I can already think.
Because, as we are like, putting ourselves on camera and in front of people, we kind of present the best version of ourselves. We're not always available in the best version of ourselves.
Yeah.
Especially if you want to cram it into 4 days instead of 5.
That's
like
true.
That does create a challenge. So I understand why we haven't gotten to the point where we have a 4-day week.
Yeah.
But it's still a dream of mine.
Yeah. Eventually. Maybe once a month.
Yeah.
I think if we can do it, that would be more
Once a month would be
manageable.
nice.
Once a month just to get that headed.
Some of the cons also says added stress, which I don't understand.
Maybe because you're trying to do everything in less time of work, I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
But if you still have, I feel like you would still have the same amount of time, just like in a different time slot.
I think, again, it depends on what the company is or what the work is, because I can see like in my previous job, if I had 4 days to work instead of 5, I would be stressed a hell out because I could barely apparently your mic is being cutting in and out.
I don't know
I think you need to just stay.
I'm just gonna be like this.
Yeah, just stay close to it. Let us know if she still cuts out. But I think it really depends on the industry, because in my previous job when I was a consultant, I could barely find time to meet people or do my work in 4 days. Like I was putting 60 hours a week. So if I had one less day, I had like 3 days, but again, I would end up using that day to work because I was working over the weekend sometimes as well. So if I had less time to kind of get face to face with people, that means all I will be doing in those 4 days is essentially meetings that I wouldn't have time to do my work, which was like that one extra day I had end of a week to do work. So I really think it depends on industry.
It depends on industry, and it depends on like your pay structure, like if your salary or if you're hourly. Like it depends on a lot of factors. But one of the last cons on this list says that it might not work for every employee.
Yeah.
But like the 5-day work week doesn't work for every employee.
Yeah.
60-hour work week doesn't work for every employee. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
So,
I think we just need more
yeah,
employees.
I think having more of an open mind to new concepts like this would be helpful.
Yeah. I would say I would prefer to have Monday off than Friday.
Really?
Because in my head, if I have Friday off, I'm not doing shit. Because my Saturday, Sunday is still same day, right? Like Saturday, I hang out. Sunday is when I do like meal prep or whatever. But if I have Monday off, then I have Monday to do nothing. But if I have Friday off, then I have Friday to do nothing, but I still have things to do in next 2 days. I feel like it's my mindset. I would prefer just to like, if I have Monday off, like, okay, I really have this chill day. Whereas Friday is just like,
I get it. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
yeah. I mean, I like Fridays off, but for me, I'm still prepping for the weekend, which is the next 2 days. So my Friday is just prep, whereas Monday can be like, I am de-stressing from everything. But yeah, I don't know.
One last benefit I wanted to mention for
True.
the positive side of 4-day work week is the environmental benefit.
Ooh,
Because if you don't have to travel to work,
that's true.
5 days and instead just 4 days, it does help.
That's
you
true.
know. And the company would also benefit, reduced bills for energy
Yeah.
and things like that.
And for us, cheaper, less gas we have to use for that, and then spend money on lunches and all that stuff.
We would probably get way less shit days to breathe in.
That's true.
Because this year was insane. We got like half
Then you need to make this happen.
half of the days in Indiana this summer was on fucking alert for breathing.
It never happened in Indiana before.
It was
That was like
insane.
a whole thing. I did not know. But sounds like we are pro for the 4-day weekend. 4-day
We
week.
did it.
We did it. Let's do it once a month and let's see how that goes. I'm happy.
We just had a strategy meetings.
We just had strategy meetings. I will put this up on the next strategy meeting
No!
like, every Monday.
That's
every
next month.
Hey, girl, if you can make it happen before, it's up to you. The power is in your hands. You are the schedule master.
Pressure.
Just put it.
Pressure is on.
Let me just create it on the schedule and you can like figure it out somehow, way or form. But no, I think 3-day weekend would be really helpful once a month. I think just to breathe.
Yeah.
Just wait for that 1 month. Like I just have that extra day.
Yeah.
It would be nice.
It would be great.
It would be really nice. But yeah.
All right. So that's it for the weekend. We want to start doing things a little differently on this podcast. So we're gonna have, instead of having like one topic and talk about that one topic, we're gonna talk about few different topics. It will be structured, so no worry, it's not gonna be chaotic. Although, because we don't want to compete with the chaos that's on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
That's the true chaos podcast.
Yeah.
So
the chaos podcast. No, that's right.
One of the things that we wanted to talk about today is X, aka Twitter.
A hot take.
And I wanted to ask, do you still have it?
I have it. I barely used it before, and I have kept moving it to my front screen so I will see it. Oh. And now it's all the way in the back, and I'm like, oh fuck it, I don't even know what's happening with the X. So I barely used it before. I'm not gonna use it now.
I have been using it.
Yeah.
Not a lot. I feel like I mostly use Instagram out of all of my social media.
Same.
But I have used Twitter, and I found Twitter especially helpful during 2020 when, all the riots were happening and the journalists that were on the front line were really like updating like minute by minute, like what was happening.
That makes sense.
And I found that really interesting. And I know Twitter was also helpful like around the world during like all these different events, like the Arab Spring. Like they used Twitter to communicate and organize. So I mean,
that makes sense.
I do think Twitter is like an important part of our climate.
Yeah.
And it makes me really mad every time I go to X now and I don't know what happened to my algorithm, my specific algorithm. I had to go into that mess yesterday to pull my data for today's podcast. So now I think I can completely delete X because it's gonna be absolutely useless for me.
Why? Because
I feel like I've confirmed with my clicks yesterday that I'm interested in these things, even though I'm fucking not.
Oh no! Oh no!
But even before yesterday, so I've had this problem with ever since like Elon Musk bought Twitter and started like, so there was like an exodus of people at first.
Yeah.
So a lot of the people that I was following just kind of like either stopped posting or just deleted their accounts altogether. So I think that was the one reason why my feed started changing.
Okay.
And then the second was when I think they like actually started pushing right-wing shit on X. And I swear on my mama that I do not interact with the right-wing shit.
But you still get it?
But I still get it. And I'm like, I want to use this opportunity to educate people on like how to avoid getting things on their feed.
Yeah.
It's just a theory, but if all things works, these things should disappear from your feed so you don't see them.
Okay.
And you also don't feed into supporting those things. So like, I get tweets still from fucking Pearly Things.
I don't know what that is.
So Pearly Things is, I don't know, her name is Pearl something.
Yeah.
Her channel presence is called Pearly Things. She's like the female Andrew Tate.
Oh no.
Yes.
How is that even possible?
Right. Well,
what is wrong with females? Come on, man.
She's quite bad.
Okay.
For some reason, I never followed her, but I started getting her tweets on Twitter, and I was just like,
is it because she has a blue check?
Maybe. I don't know.
Because the idea was like the blue check marks, whoever has it, those tweets will get pushed forward.
Yeah. And now you can also subscribe. So, like you can probably subscribe to any of these accounts for a price to like unlock their bullshit tweets.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, see, I didn't
Twitter's changed.
Yeah, I didn't use Twitter before at all. I meant to because everybody kept talking about Twitter, and I'm like, okay, maybe if it's like in front of my page, I will probably click on it and figure out what shit it is. I don't get it.
I used to be on Twitter a lot, and I'm not
person.
anymore. And I think that after yesterday, I'm ready to delete it.
Aw.
So besides Pearly Things, who is literally the female Andrew Tate, her takes are awful. Like she just talks about how women are. She uses those terms in manosphere, like the low quality woman.
Oh my God.
High quality man, like things like that.
Oh,
it's
no.
just like,
I think I've heard those terms before.
it's so dehumanizing, and it's like reductive to like who people are as a whole, and just quantifies them into just
Things
or like just like it reminds me of when you go to like in the old times, if you would go to like a butcher and you're like looking at the teeth of the animal to see if they're like good breed,
like there's a good quality.
That's what it reminds me of. It's just extremely dehumanizing.
Oh no.
And she's just really, really bad. She doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about.
Oh, no.
She keeps also like fat shaming people. Not only does she slut shame women, she's also fat shaming everyone. She thinks she's the prettiest thing in the world.
Is she?
No.
Okay. Like, is she? I don't know.
No, but I recently also seen a tweet of her where she's just like, oh my God, like there's only 2% of people in the world that have like ginger hair, and even less percent of people that have the combination of like ginger hair and green eyes, and oh my God, I have both.
Oh no.
And I'm like, also she thinks that like women who had sex before or have not even have high body counts, but women who are not virgin anymore are like not desirable anymore.
Is she virgin?
She's not a virgin.
Then what is she talking about?
I don't know. I don't understand. But you know what I don't understand the most? Why me? Why is this on my feed?
Because you opening it up and
no,
looking
I don't. So
you're just on Twitter,
listen,
I think.
Yeah, so like this started happening. I was never interacting with this type of content.
Yeah.
But it started showing for me after Twitter's ownership changed. And
Yeah.
I like as a person of the internet, I know not to give those trolls my attention
Because it
or
will
my
feed you
time,
more.
because I know
yeah.
it will feed more. So
Yeah.
I don't respond. I don't even like open it. There was a few times where there was something so fucking outrageous that I was like, I wonder what people are commenting back.
That you want to.
Because I wanted to see that at least there's like I was hoping that it shows on more people's feed who have my point of view,
Yeah,
who are
yeah.
maybe like trash talking her.
Yeah.
But it was just like an echo chamber.
Oh,
and I'm
no.
like, why was I invited into this? And so besides Burly Things, there is recently I was on Twitter and I got a recommendation for following women's taking L's. Wait.
Women's taking L.
Women's posting L's.
posting L's.
Women posting L's.
So L means
L.
like
It's like
loose.
L take.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see it.
So again,
Also, before you go, I think Felix Error in New York said a really good thing. Like, I have a theory that the algorithm will show you stuff opposite what you watch too, just to see if it makes you mad enough to click.
and that's true.
I
So
think that might be the case.
that's sorry, that was my point I was trying to make. As a person on the internet, I know that it is really trying to outrage me. It's trying to make me click on it, and it's trying to make me engage and share. And so I'm like suppressing that anger all the time. And I'm just like trying to get zen about it and ignore it.
You need
But,
to go
like,
to your rage room and
Now,
get
I
your
think-
rage out.
I think that I'm gonna delete X after this podcast.
Makes
honestly,
sense.
I'm done with it. But
Makes sense.
women posting L's was recommended to me literally last week with this post, so I'm gonna read it to you.
All right, let's read it. Let's get ready.
It's
I'm
a
curious.
screenshot.
Oh, it's a screen. Okay.
It's a screenshot from Reddit.
Is that one that
of-
you accidentally sent in?
Yes.
Almost read it.
So it's a woman asking for advice on Reddit, and she in no way consented to be reposted on fucking women posting L's on Twitter, and it's basically just in the comments people were just like shitting down on her more, even though this post is really sad. So let me go ahead and read it for you.
Oh.
I, 27 female, hate how men value me because of my body count. So I have been with 58 different men, which I know is higher than average, but I wanted to have fun and enjoy new experiences, and it's my life, so I did.
Nothing wrong with
But
that.
I've settled down the last year and been really trying hard to find someone special to settle down with and start a family. All of my friends now are either married or in a relationship now, and whenever I meet a match with a man or meet one in real life and they always ask what my body count is,
Why?
I tell them. They always make a disgusted face and unmatch and ghost me. I even met one guy who I liked so much and I thought was so sweet, who told me he wasn't interested in a woman with such high mileage and ended up dumping me. I cried my eyes out for days over that. I'm more than just men I've slept with. I have a decent job, fun hobbies, and interests, and I'm still young, but I guess I'm just a hoe in most men's eyes.
First of all, how are so many people asking about a body count? The only person who ever asked me about body count is your husband. That's the last time I counted people, and like the number is very different now. But I literally had to like sit down and count so I could get him the body count. But why? I've been around, but nobody have ever asked me about a body count. If they did, I'd be like, why? But that's so sad. Why are there so many people asking?
So, I mean, I think I can, like, surmise that she might be in, like, a rural area somewhere.
That could make sense.
Where like, there is less of options, and also, like, men, for some reason, care about that stuff more. I don't know.
But-
There's just an assumption that I'm making, that, like, her environment might be different than ours. My husband is also the only one who's ever asked me about body count.
Yeah. What is wrong with you? Like, seriously.
But the way he asks is more, he's curious. He's not.
mean, he's
not
let himself,
asking
so he's
out of-
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not asking from, like, the point of judgment. He's just curious.
That's why I actually counted when he asked me. I was like, I'm curious. Let me see. But yeah, I think Chris asking is very different than like if somebody I was dating asking. And yeah, like when it said mileage, I think that like threw me on the floor. I was like, mileage? Like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, are you a car?
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean?
So yeah, poor lady. Like, exactly. She literally says that this is from like a Reddit that's probably like she wants support, she wants advice. You know, she's just like really in a low place, and these people just like took it and put it in their echo chamber Twitter.
They were like, the woman
And
taking L.
All the comments is just like, oh wow, it's crazy concept that you would get consequences for your own actions.
What action?
Basically, that's like the mood.
I mean, that'd be a different thing if she was like sleeping with that many people and she had like bunch of STIs or something. They're like, okay, yeah, that's your consequences. But no, she didn't. She played it safe. She was having fun. And like, I think
people are using like the fuck around and find out graph. And it's just like,
no,
this is not applicable.
That's wild. That's insane. I mean, going back to that, I think just an advice for her. If somebody's asking somebody about body count, immediately shut it off. You don't need to give an answer.
You don't owe them an answer.
You don't owe them an answer. And if somebody's asking you, you should just be like, hey, what is your body count? Like, I don't know. Like, just be like, no, I'm not going to give you, because whatever answer I give, you're not going to be happy with it. So either we end the things now, or you never ask me that question again.
Yeah.
And that person who asked, that person, like, I'm pretty sure if the person asked them, they will want the answer. They will be more curious. So clearly not the person you want to go with, because it does not help with your mental health. However, the way the person reacts, it's not gonna bode well. So just don't even answer it. No, but that's horrible.
And I also, I mean, you don't. If this is like an important in their like values, this is an important thing to them, then lying is not gonna, like, you're not gonna be happy if you're gonna have to pretend. Like, that's not the only thing that you are. You're not just the man you slept with. But,
no.
Like, having shame over it while being in a relationship is not healthy.
And I mean, okay, she's also 27 years, right? Like, let's say she started sleeping with somebody while she was 20. 7 years. There's 365 days in each year. Like, that number is not that high. So when people talk about it, like,
understand.
Unless, like,
she was single. It's not like she was cheating on people or
exactly
anything.
Like, she wasn't cheating. She was playing it ethically. And I mean, I don't care if there was an overlap, but she was single. But that number is not that big for people to say, like, oh my god, the body count. Like, what, did she sleep with one person each day? Like, I don't understand. Like, that should be like hundreds of thousands of people. I'm offended because I have a high body count. So just like the idea of just like, I can't. Like, yeah. I'm curious, does women ever ask that to men? I'm curious. Like, if we ask you guys, would you ever answer it? And what would your answer be? Like, I think it would be more so like, haha, I slept 58. Yeah, I'm experienced.
Right?
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. But yeah, if someone asked you that on a date, that tells you what kind of person they are. Do you want to date someone who judges women on how many people they slept with? That's a red flag. Yeah. Exactly. That's a huge red flag. Don't even justify by answering it. I will just get up and leave. Yeah. Or actually, no, stay. Have them pay for the dinner and then go and leave. Like, at least have them pay for something. Yeah. Slut shaming by itself is something we need to cut out of a culture as species already. I don't know why people keep clinging to experienced people are better in bed. Seriously, they want experienced person, but they don't want that body count. It's like applying for a job. You need an experience for this job.
But you also need to be young.
And it's like, how am I going to get this experience if I'm not going to go do things? But no, that's crazy. That's crazy hot take.
Yeah. And so, so like, why me? Why is this on my Twitter?
Because apparently we talked about body count often enough that Twitter was like, ooh, that's the one.
And the one last profile I wanted to mention that got recommended to me multiple times. Yeah. And I don't understand why. Because again, I did not interact. Specifically with those, I did not interact at all. Pearly Things was intriguing enough that I clicked on a few just to read the responses.
Just to see
but
what
this
people
one,
are saying.
I did not interact with at all. And they kept fucking... it's called... it's a FL Action, Students for Life. I think Students for Life Action.
Okay.
It's basically pro-life student forum.
Student forum. That's for pro-life. Okay.
Yes. So they are like college kids, but they also literally have like so much funding. And they are able to literally go to Washington to lobby for pro-life bills. Students.
Okay.
They are so fucking dumb. Like some of their takes that they like pushed towards me was that like as extreme as condoms are murder because they prevent the possibility of creation
pregnancy.
of a new life.
Okay.
So condoms should probably be illegal, I guess.
Okay. Then how? There's so many.
It's so extreme. it's so extreme that I'm just like,
what? So they're lobbying to have what, condom outlawed?
Well, I guess you just put a drape over yourself on your wedding day, put a hole in it, get the thing done, poop a baby, and I guess put a chain and key on.
So what, they're gonna be students
parts?
for life? Like clearly they have not experienced life to understand what that means. Are they all having unprotected sex then?
No.
Like they clearly not. So,
I don't think so. They are maybe having anal sex because it's not the holy hole.
That's fair enough. That's also another just a whole different thing. When people like, I'm still virgin, but like I have anal sex. I was like, I don't think you understand the possibility.
Maybe, okay, that would be an interesting question to ask to someone who is like that. It's like, okay, so what if I slept with 50 men, but we only had anal sex,
it's
and
fine,
I am still
apparently.
a virgin?
You're still a virgin, apparently.
Oh my God.
Jesus doesn't care about your butt. Clearly, like that one is fine. But it makes, God, that's just annoying.
Yeah.
I don't understand. How do they have money? Who is giving them money? Clearly, they're like trust fund kids.
Who's giving them money.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
But no, that's insane. Is that like two of the accounts that like baffled you, like why you were getting targeted for these?
And thankfully, Students for Live Action was not on my feed for a while.
Student for life.
And I had to literally, like yesterday, as I was like remembering like all these things I got assaulted by, it's like, okay, what was that thing? And I like found it immediately as I was like typing it on X. I'm like,
I can't.
So yeah, I think I'm done with X now because my phone's listening to me even while we're having this conversation. So
yeah,
I'm scared to even open the app now.
I bet. See, I never got into X because the same reason I never got into Facebook. I don't do statuses. Like I don't write things because once I'm writing it, I overthink it 1,000 times before I even post it. So I never post it. That's why I like Instagram. Like post a picture and you're good to go. That's why X, like, I never got on Twitter. I was like, I don't know what to post. Like, I don't know what to tweet. I have nothing to tweet about. But yeah, I think I'm going to delete it as well. Yeah. I think it's just there. Sometimes I open it up if there's like news happening. It's like, let me just see what people are saying. So I will just go there for the news. That's mostly it because I don't even know what's on my news feed. I don't know who I follow. I don't know who shows up on my news feed. So, but yeah.
So,
that makes.
Oh, did you want to talk about?
I actually have a hot take.
Yeah.
Not even a hot take. This discussion happened in the studio.
Oh,
you
God.
weren't there. I think it was
God.
one reaction. Dameron was in this reaction. I forgot what a reaction was. So, Rana went to a wedding recently, and she was talking about. So it's me, Rana, Pat, and Dameron. So Rana was talking about like she went to this wedding, and the stepmom wore white, and me and Dameron and her, we were immediately like, no, like you cannot wear white. That's like a one color you cannot wear on a wedding. And then Pat goes like, what's wrong with that? Like maybe that's a dress that we can wear white. It was like, listen, I understand like the people want to wear, but like that's a one thing, right? I think maybe it's just a girl code. Like I think it's like we were just so opposite end. It was like, Pat, like listen, I think white is just one color. On a wedding, like an American wedding, like same like a brown wedding, red. You don't wear red. There's like 1,000 other colors why wear that one color that the only bride's supposed to wear? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand why like a lot of people do that. Like, it should be a big no-no. Is that thing happen? Like, have you ever experienced this? Oh, what is your take, I guess? Are you okay with like family member wearing white that's also bride who's wearing white?
Culturally, for me, weddings are not a super big deal.
No?
So
Do you check now people have like huge
think
weddings?
I would not I mean, it depends.
No.
It depends. Like, if people want to, they will. But
Oh,
it's not like a very common thing that people would throw huge weddings.
fair enough.
It's much more common to either not be married at all or to just have like very small weddings in like your backyard or something.
Oh, I want to be in Czech. That's nicer. Yeah, I hate brown weddings. They're so big.
Yeah, it's just it's kind of like considered recently it's just like a waste of money.
It is.
Because young people starting up really need money for other things.
And then
like,
you're spending money on this one day
Yeah.
party.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand.
yeah.
Ugh.
I mean, and I understand that you're supposed to like get money at the wedding from wedding guests. You're supposed to get gifts, but I don't think it ever nets out to where you're actually making money on your wedding.
I doubt it. I doubt it. I mean, brown people give each other money, but like brown people also spend insane amount of money that you're not getting that by like
Yeah.
$100 that each of the members paying.
Yeah. I'm definitely getting a new mic for
The next
next
one.
podcast because I'm done with this. It's been like a month and a half
Oh,
of people complaining.
maybe you should switch
And
seats.
I'm literally much closer to it than you are.
I think it might
So.
just be the mic.
Yep. Anyway, I think for me, white is fine, but I wouldn't just wear like a white plain. Like, if it's like
Like full on white gown.
no, I don't think that's okay.
That's
No,
how
that's not
like
okay.
the stepmom was like, she had a gown that looked like a wedding dress, embroidered white wedding dress, while the bride had like a plain white. It's like,
that's not okay.
clearly. I mean,
If you have like, I have this one dress that's like flowy white dress.
yeah,
But it has like a bunch of prints, flowers on it,
And that's
that are
fine.
very colorful.
yeah,
But like the base is white.
that's fine. But like, if you have a just plain white,
Yeah, I
everything,
wouldn't wear a plain white dress.
that's like,
No.
I think just in the society, just why would you? Like, there's so many other colors and dresses. So me and Pat like had this like huge argument. Not even argument, because Pat was saying like, oh, like people can wear whatever they want. You can't really dictate the color. It was like, nobody's dictating a color. But if you're going a white person's wedding, like, you know, it's been happening for years. You know what color that bride is wearing. Why are you wearing the same one? Like, and if somebody shows up in the same, I'm immediately gonna think that person does not like the bride. Like, she has a beef with this person. Like, no. I don't. Me and Dameron, we were like, it makes sense. Like, you can't.
I don't know if I had this conversation with you or if it was with Suraj, but I asked one of you Indian people
Yeah.
if I can wear red at an Indian wedding,
Yeah,
and you
no.
said yes.
Oh, did I? That's fine.
Because
I
I am
think
being
what-
thrown under the bus here.
Yeah, but I think what's happening with the brown weddings now, red used to be the main color.
Yeah.
But it's no longer anymore. Like, Priti wore a light pink color. A lot of people are going, like, if you don't go to like really fobby, I'm gonna say fobby. If you don't go to a fobby wedding, everybody else is gonna have a very different color. Like, I had brides who wore dark green. Like, I have brides who wore orange. So like different colors. So red is not a big thing in Indian wedding. Reception is fine. Reception, wear whatever.
So check in with the bride. see
Check
what
in
color
yeah, I
she's
was
wearing.
like, what color are you wearing? Okay, I'm not gonna have that color. But
so funny.
honestly, like, I think Indian weddings have gone away from the red, but I think it's a fair question to ask. A fair question, like, hey, I have this red. Can I wear it? And also, I think with the brown wedding, you can wear whatever. The bride will always upstage you because her gown is always so heavy that there's nothing you can wear that will compete with it. White weddings are different. Like, you just can't.
I see how it is.
You just can't. Like, there's the gown that Priti had. Girl, she couldn't even get up in that.
Oh my god.
I was like, why do you have it so heavy? It's so fucking expensive. I don't understand the money that people put. Hot takes. Weddings are stupid. don't spend so much money on it. Just have a party in the backyard. People still gonna complain.
Oh yeah.
Like,
oh my
people
god.
gonna complain no matter what.
One of my cousins had like one of the tiny weddings because she got pregnant and she just didn't want to have like a baby out of wedlock.
Makes sense.
So they had like an impromptu wedding in the backyard, and they did not invite my parents. And my parents were so offended, but she's like she's my first cousin, so like the family's pretty close, but they literally had like 15 people there. You know what I mean? And
it's the first cousin.
You include like your parents, your brother, and his girlfriend. Then you have
both sides' parents.
So it was only 15 people.
Yeah.
Right, and like that was all. They already probably excluded so many people.
That's true too.
And like. We're like, yeah, I mean, it was my mother's brother's child.
That's close.
It's very close.
That's very close.
It's very close. But then I feel like if they invited my mom and dad, they would have to invite all the other aunties too. And
that's
then
true too. So none
you
of the other
suddenly
aunties,
from 15 you have 50.
So none of the like. So I guess the bride's dad's family wasn't invited.
You have parents.
Yeah.
Grandma. Brother, girlfriend, their kids, and then that's already 7.
Yeah,
just on her side.
That's true.
And then he also had, and he has a child himself too. So
it was very immediate, just the parents.
Yes.
Then, like just really close family.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense because then all the other uncle aunties were excluded, not just yours.
Yes, exactly.
So, that's fine.
But I'm like, why are you taking this personally? It's not like targeted.
Yeah,
it's just practical what they had to do.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna invite them to your wedding. And I'm like, okay, it's not your decision.
Welcome to your brown family. I think a lot of people who were at Pretty's wedding were nobody that Pretty knew. It was the weddings that my parents went to. I hate this shit.
Oh my
God. Parents do this. It's like, we have to go to their wedding. They're invited because then we will have to invite them. Don't invite them. I'm not inviting them. Don't go to their wedding because you're already complaining. Like, who built this?
Yeah, that's dumb.
And just a whole rant thing. But yeah. No, weddings are so weird. It brings like weird people out. I don't like it. Yeah. I don't like it.
I honestly, I remember one of the weddings that Serge invited me to, and it was really, the vibes were off. It felt like, because people were showing up like later than
they usually should.
Like, I understand people were late.
Yeah.
It's
brown people.
I am told is normal. You know?
It's a CPT.
And at that point, like, people were so fucking late that the people that came late were offended. Like, and that was like the big...
Why were they offended?
Well, because they were like already like literally like an hour and a half after they showed up late.
Yeah.
There were people waiting for like... Some of the main people from the wedding party were like still not there.
Oh, no, that's not okay.
Yeah,
main party needs to be there.
And like everybody's just like, and I'm not even like part of this, like I'm not even speaking the same language, but like I can tell that like the vibes are off.
Like things are weird.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that I'm not in the family because can you imagine?
I felt really bad.
Yeah.
But then like at the end of the night was like awesome. It was a great party.
Is the one that I went to as well?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
Do you remember that?
I did not remember the vibes.
I mean, it was a while, and I remember Serge also like came by and he was so mad.
Oh yeah, I think he mentioning it, but I was like, I'm gonna stay out of this because the wedding where I'm not involved, I'm not gonna be part of it because I hate brown weddings. I hate the politics. God, like mom was so stressed out at Pretty's wedding on things that didn't matter. Like nobody cared. So it's like, both of you guys, go for it. I'm just here. What do you need? Do you need tea? Do you need this? I will bring that. Like, I'm not dealing with this family drama. Please take me out of it.
Yeah. I just don't know why people take things like this personally. Because, like, there's so much that goes into wedding planning.
So much.
Things can even be forgotten. And it's not literally, like,
nobody
intentional.
did it on purpose. Yeah. Nobody did it on purpose.
Yeah.
But guys, we're gonna move on. I have a recommendation of a show. I've been watching this on and off, and I've been talking about it quite a bit. Like, have you seen Better Call Saul?
No.
Have you seen Breaking Bad?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so recommend watching Better Call Saul.
I have seen the Camino.
I slept through it. I'm gonna
Aw.
rewatch it. I think what I'm gonna do, like now that I've seen Better Call Saul, I'm on the last season. If you guys haven't watched it, so recommend it. I know I'm way behind, but I'm finally like catching up on things. It really well done. I think Better Call Saul was include it's the story around not only Saul but also Michael. And I think those are two characters from Breaking Bad that were really, really interesting.
Troutman? What's his name?
Yeah, Emmertrot, Emmer, like it's something
Michael
with E.
whatever.
Michael Emmertrot, something with E. Every time they say it, like it's weird. And Gus Fring. So like three of those people.
Gus Fring's in Better Call Saul.
Gus Fring is Better Call Saul. So like the whole story that was like the best story of Breaking Bad. Like I think shit goes downhill once Gus Fring dies. So they took that story and essentially like how Better Call Saul became Better Call Saul, how Michael got with Gus Fring, like how how the Saul got into Gus Fring. So the whole story, it does it really well. I'm really curious on what happens to the characters because we're in the last season. And if I remember in the Breaking Bad, Saul Goodman is by himself. So just curious how he get there, how he get his place, how he gets all the connections because right now it's moving toward it, but it's not there yet, and the season's about to end. So I'm curious on how they connect those dots, but goddamn, I'm so recommending it. Also, I learned quite a bit about the like lawyering, being as a lawyer, like a defense attorney, which is funny because that's exactly what Pat was saying when we were watching She-Hulk. He was like, well, didn't you learn anything about like how the law works? Well, She-Hulk is mostly about She-Hulking than really about the attorney at law.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a character, Chuck.
Yes.
He is Saul's brother. I'm curious to see what your thoughts gonna be, but this character, I remember you heard me like when I was watching, it was like, who has seen Better Call Saul? Because I need to talk to somebody. I was not a big fan of Chuck, and I just can see the actions, why he takes some of the actions. It totally makes sense because who Saul is. But I think as a brother, I expected him to have more understanding. But I still understand, like, when you have a brother, like, who's always getting into a trouble, after a while, we're like, fuck this shit. Like, you are on your own. So I see where Chuck was coming from, but at the same time, I think he took it too far that I was not a big fan of it.
So is he, like...
He's also a lawyer, and
Okay.
he is not a big fan when Saul becomes a lawyer, because he know how Saul is. You know how in Breaking Bad, Saul is always like, oh, I will make anything happen. Like, we will make fake evidence if needs to be. They could do all that, and that's not true. Like as
So
a
Chuck
lawyer,
goes by the book?
Chuck goes by the book.
Okay.
So and like you can't like make up evidence. Like if nothing happens, you can't just really do that. And Saul's like, whatever, I'm gonna like do this, and it works really well for Saul because of who his clients are.
Yeah.
But Chuck is not a big fan of it. So Chuck goes extreme measures to make Saul look at his actions and pay for them.
Damn.
I think the way he does it could have been a little bit different, but I don't know what else you could have done. But yeah, law is sacred according to Chuck. So and Saul Goodman doesn't think so. So it's really good. It's really, really well done.
The law is man-made, though.
True, but it is sacred, I guess. But it's really good. I'm really curious to see what happens to Kim Wexler. It's a love interest for Saul. Clearly there isn't one in Breaking Bad. So see what happens there. And yeah, there's like a lot of complex characters. And I'm so happy that this is not, even though it's called Better Call Saul, it's not just about Saul. It's really about Michael. And I love this. Like you really learn where Michael came from.
Yeah.
From like day one. Why he got there, how he got into the things. Like Lydia is sometimes show like they show characters here and there. They're like, oh my god, that's a thing. Now I need
awesome.
to rewatch Breaking Bad after this because I can see some things that they did because I just saw Breaking Bad again. I could notice it. I'm like, no, I want to get back into it.
I'm sure there's a TV guide where you get like the chronological list of episodes.
Oh, like what's happening with them.
That would be interesting to watch it like that.
For sure. I don't think they interact with that much because by the time Breaking Bad really started, like Saul Goodman already has his practice law firm really established. So I really think they kind of flow into each other. There is not much of an overlap happening. Maybe the overlap is like Walter is still in school, like teaching. I think that's mostly it, but there isn't much. Saul has a love interest in Breaking Bad. It's one-sided with Skylar. Oh, I must have missed that, so I need to like go into it. But you know, I kind of enjoy Kim Wexler more so I did Skylar in Breaking Bad. I understand where Skylar was coming from. Honestly, when I was rewatching Breaking Bad, did you ever remember hating Skylar? I hated Skylar for the first time.
No.
Rewatching it makes so much sense where she's coming from.
I did not understand the hate for Skylar at all.
I think we were all like really head-bunt.
I was honestly
Walter White.
very like I was flabbergasted. I feel like that was the most gaslighting show for me of all times, and that says a lot because like I was just like, yeah, he's fucking killed people at this point. He's a criminal.
He's scary.
Okay, he didn't cheat on her. I don't want to be around him, especially with my son who's like he's abusing the trust of his son to launder money. Come on.
Yeah.
Like this is all wrong.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, she cheated." What? What do you mean?
Apparently cheating is
equal to murder.
Or equal to like making meth and selling it. A drug dealer is same as cheating on someone.
I don't know. I enjoyed Skylar breakdowns.
Yeah.
Because it was very relatable. Because I was there with her. I was just like, yes, tell him. Fucking Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It's so funny. Like I like rewatching Breaking Bad. I was in the boat of like hating Skylar. Honestly, I was. When I first was like, I hate Skylar. The character is doing such an amazing job of being an evil person. Because like I was in a boat. I know I was in a boat. It was like Walter White is the best. Like I understand what Walter White is doing. His medical bills are not being paid. He has to be a drug dealer. This just goes by the territory. You have to kill people if you're selling meth.
Yes.
But like when like rewatching, it was like, God damn. Skylar, like, she went through shit. Like, why is people hating Skylar? Like, it makes total sense. But I think it just took a while.
That's a good conspiracy theories. The people who hate Skylar are to say what's screwing up Marketa's Twitter feed.
Seriously. Seriously. I mean, like, Skylar didn't cheat. Wade was refusing to... Walt was refusing to divorce her. So Skylar was like, fuck it, I'm gonna live my life. And I think like Skylar did a really good job. And like I can't imagine how guilty Walter Jr. felt after the end of the series, knowing he hated his mom all along for nothing when his father was a monster and she tried too hard to protect her son. Yes. Absolutely. And I think his anger was justified, especially after Hank was killed. Also, other things. Like, you have to watch Better Call Saul. Like, all the best characters come back. Yeah. All the characters, like, the best characters, I think, from Breaking Bad are in Better Call Saul.
Yes. And Sinclair Dante, very true. Breaking Bad storyline only works in the USA broken healthcare system.
Yeah.
Nowhere else would this happen.
No, not at all. But
it's insane.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my recommendation. Seems like a lot of people, you guys who are already, like, watched it. I was not on the couch when the Normies were watching it, and everybody kept telling me like, okay, you need to do Better Call Saul. So like now that I'm watching it, it's like, oh my god. But I am very slow because I started it off like while I'm cutting veggies or whatever, like put in a background, but there's a lot of Spanish, so I have to like stop and like go back to Arrested Development or watch something else because like I need to like be eating and watching this while just speaking Spanish because otherwise I'm like behind on things. Rewatching Arrested Development is also a great show. The last season was...
I love Arrested Development.
Arrested Development is great. That's another show I would have said like recommend if you guys haven't watched it. So recommend watching it. I've rewatched it so many times. Job is my favorite character.
I love Job. Same.
Like, love him.
And
so
I love
much.
Oh my god, his sister, the blonde.
Portia.
Not Portia.
I mean, so her real name is Portia. She's married to Ellen DeGeneres. Yeah, so she's Ellen DeGeneres' wife. Oh my god, what's her name? She's like missing in the last season and nobody talks about it. And I don't think we're ever gonna get a new season.
I love her.
But yeah, she's great.
She
I
was
can't believe
great.
her.
Yeah.
Which one of you two can do a better Arrested Development chicken impression? I love it. I was like, none of you guys have seen chicken before.
There's always money in the banana stand.
There's always money in banana stand. But yeah, it's really good. Arrested Development.
It's great.
Yeah, my life has been Arrested Development and Better Call Saul. I've been
Nice.
keep switching back and forth.
Nice.
But now I've finished Arrested Development, so my back and forth has me Key and Peele and
Ooh, nice.
Breaking Better Call Saul.
I still haven't started anything new after my Trigun binge.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I haven't.
are you just rewatching something? Oh no.
No, I haven't watched shit.
Damn. Wow. I need to watch something when I'm home. Like something.
Well, so Chris has this tendency to hog the remote control.
Oh no.
So whatever I don't really care enough to like.
Fair enough.
Sometimes I'm just like, hey, can we watch something that I'm interested in as well? Because sometimes he will just play like camera videos.
Yeah.
Or like
on YouTube.
photography videos. Yeah, on YouTube. Or sometimes he put like this ultra nerd stuff, like hyper analyzing why this one character from some Disney universe is showing up in this other Disney show. And I'm just like, this is too nerdy for me, and I don't care.
The theory.
I
That's why
literally
you know
don't
so
care.
much.
Please put something else on.
Seriously. But yeah, the other one I think I would recommend you to watch if you're not gonna watch Better Call Saul. It's Hunter x Hunter. It is Hunter x Hunter. Now that people are like, I finished Hunter x Hunter a few months ago. We're gonna start doing this like recommendations because we're all watching a lot of shows. But yes, I did watch Hunter x Hunter. Definitely recommend watching Hunter x Hunter. I haven't seen, there's apparently another version of Hunter x Hunter that I haven't seen. There's like an original version, and there
is it the
like,
editor's cut?
not even editor's cut. I don't even know where it is. Like I was talking to Patrick from RTTV, and he was like, "Oh, are you watching the original one?" The other one was like, "I didn't even know there was two kinds. I'm just watching
the Snyder
Hunter
cut
x Hunter."
of Hunter x Hunter.
Like seriously, so there's 1999 version and then there's another version. I don't know if there's a difference in story, but it's another one that's not finished. Like the manga is not finished, but it's really good. It's really cute. I think it's story about them being hunters. If you are a hunter, you get a license, then you are allowed to go anywhere, allowed to like hunt things, not like also illegally, but like hunt monsters that are terrifying whoever. Like as a hunter, you get a privilege to do a lot of things, and it's really hard to take that test. So like a beginning of the show is just taking the test once you become a hunter, and then you go on a missions. Really, really good. Totally recommend it. You can like go on Killua is one of my favorite characters. Great show. Totally recommend it. It's like hard not to say much about it without like giving it away, but good show. Really good show. Love the ending.
I remember being at the drunk explanations.
Oh, were you the one being explained to?
Yes.
So you know what it is.
What a shit show. They literally started by playing the song on their phone.
It's the same song.
And I'm like, what the hell?
Dude,
goofy.
Mickey gaslit me because I was watching and I was like, are they keep playing the same song? He was like, no, it gets better on the season 5. It's the same song. Maybe different animation, but it's the same opening. It is the best opening. I actually never skipped any of them opening. If I watched all of them, I never skipped it because it's really good. But I don't think there's any other show that has the same opening for all the episodes. It was crazy.
Yeah. Honestly, the drunk explanation was quite painful.
Yeah?
That was hard.
Do you remember anything?
No.
No? Were you drunk?
Yes.
Makes sense.
Oh my god, yeah. It was a lot, and it was followed by a Q&A that was just pure chaos. Like more of a chaos than the last one.
I bet. Because Normies had a hard time following it, which I'm like, why do you take notes? I don't understand.
There was a comment I just wanted to highlight. It's gone now, but it was from Dom0121, I think, about comparing Skylar from Breaking Bad to Ozark's
Wendy?
Wendy.
Yeah.
Wendy Bird.
Wendy Bird.
Which I did. I was like in my head, I was always going back and forth because they are like, it's Ozark and Breaking Bad are kind of like similar-ish.
He's
like
not making drugs, but they're laundering money.
Yeah. Dealing in like the same kind of, like the crime underbelly of America. And like the way how the wife like responds to being thrown in a situation, whereas like one of them is just like, please stop. Wendy's just like, how can we make this better and more effective? Let's do it.
Makes sense. I mean, I think the way Wendy started off was really good, but I eventually, I don't know. There was things that Wendy did. It's like, you should know better. What are you doing? But she did take actions in hand. Like, I think she was more taking charge. Like, Skylar tried to take charge as well.
Yeah.
Eventually, when she found out way too many things. But then I think Wendy was like, oh, all right. She turned evil. It's like,
she had like a hard evil turn.
yeah.
I was much more frustrated with Wendy than I was with Skylar.
Yeah.
Like late night dancer.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I was so mad at her towards the end. I couldn't watch it.
Yeah.
Like it was 4 seasons.
It was 4 seasons, I think
Yeah.
so.
Like towards the half of season 3, when that thing went down with her brother, I was just like, oh, she has no fucking backbone. There are no morals in this person.
That was so sad.
Yeah. And I was
so sad.
I was just like, dude, like you have literally there is no line for you that you are not willing to cross.
Yeah.
And that was it. And I was just like, okay, well, she is the Heisenberg of the story.
Yeah.
It's not her husband, it's her.
Yeah, it switched.
It flipped.
Yeah, because what's his name? That guy, the main guy, when he, like, I want to call him Michael because of Arrested Development, but his name is something else in Ozark. He's trying to like stop Wendy from some things, but Wendy just goes to the extreme, and it does switch. Like Michael, it seemed to be like Marty, very close.
Marty Bird.
Marty Bird. So like he kind of becomes, like you said, like he becomes like a Skylar, who Skylar is like, okay, we have this situation, I'm gonna deal with it. Let's not make it more worse. And while Wendy is like, let me kill my brother.
Like, well, let's make this so much worse. But also, why don't you go to Mexico and I stay here?
Yeah.
Like,
no, Wendy. I don't know. I think like Wendy in the beginning was fine, but then she just kept getting evil and evil.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you can kill your brother, I think that says a lot. Like that was insane. Wendy was dealing with mental health problems. What's Skylar excuse?
What mental health problems?
I don't know. I don't know. They never mentioned it.
What are you talking about?
But yeah, Wendy Bird, Kim Wexler. So Kim Wexler is Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
I think if you finish it, that would be good to do a comparison with all three, because I think Kim Wexler, she's a very complex character. I really like Kim Wexler. I am very scared for her at the same time, because now we are close to ending of the season. I'm curious to what happens to her, because she was not around for Better Call Saul. Maybe she is. I don't know. Sorry, for Breaking Bad. But I can't really say much because I really want Marketa to watch it. From all three of them, I do like Kim Wexler. I am scared what's happening with her or what's she gonna end up doing. But Skylar White, like I think after rewatching it, she was justified in her actions. It just sucks how it ended up being. The way she turned, like the way things happen for Skylar. Wendy made things happen for herself.
Yeah. Also, Wendy checked herself into the psych ward to make her child feel bad for her.
Yeah.
So that they wouldn't leave, which is what they had a full right to do.
Which is even worse.
Yes.
Yeah.
She was literally emotionally fucking blackmailing her children so they stay with her.
Yeah. Yeah.
In a place of danger, because their house was not safe.
Yeah. Exactly. And God, it's just, and Skylar, poor Skylar, like she went through shit. Like she, in the end, like she had to deal with like 2 kids, and do like job on her own, and she lost her brother-in-law. She lost her sister because her sister won't talk to her. Yeah, it's just it's gotta.
Oh, it's just turning into a whole debate. I love it. You should do like a video essay about the three
Wendy
characters.
Bird, Kim Wexler, Skylar White. I hate writing essays though. I hated writing them for school. I'm not writing it for work. Maybe one day we'll see. At the end of the day, that Kim, Wendy, and Skylar actresses absolutely killed it and deserved every award for sure. I think when we're talking about the characters, not the actresses themselves, but like they killed it. It was great. But yeah, so recommended. Better Call Saul. I think will be a next show if you want to pick it up. It's fun to see all the characters in the beginning stages and see them growing into what we know them being in Breaking Bad. So it's really good prologue, and I'm so glad. I think I've never seen really good spin-off shows. I think this is one of the best spin-off shows with the characters that we wanted to know more about. Like even with the Breaking Bad being Walter White, like every time Better Call Saul was on this, Michael was like, I want to know what happened with them. Like I want to know more. And it was so sad when all three of them weren't around. It's like let's do it. So yeah, totally recommend that show. Such a good show, for sure. Spencer like slowly trying to barge in. You're fine. But yeah, that's the other one. I don't think we have time for advice corner. But guys, if you have any kind of dilemma that you would like advice, send the message to us. You can send it to us personally on Instagram, on Discord, wherever. We're gonna try to like do more of those. Maybe, I mean, I can't say our advice would be really good, but we'll try our best. But we'll try to add those more in.
Our unlicensed, unprofessional, best meant advice.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Also, the other day, the Netflix was like, Love is Blind, new episode. I was like, new episode, this new season? And come to find out it was just a new episode of after the altar. It's like, I don't want to know. I'm done. Like, I don't want to know what happened after.
You don't want to know what happened?
No, they're fine.
They're broken up.
They're all broken up. Like, because they're idiots. No financial advice, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. I can barely keep my financials together. I can like give you high level advice and go from there, but no portfolio asset allocation unless you guys can do it. Then go for it, and I would love to get the advice on that.
Asset allocation.
I would love to know
That's
that
hilarious.
myself.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I love it. But yeah, guys, I think going to end this. We'll be back tomorrow with One Piece read along. I think we are just gonna get spoiled on whatever's happening in live action. We are okay with it.
Okay.
And hopefully we can finish Ian's lobby arc tomorrow. I keep saying that every video I post, they're like, you said that last week. I know.
We don't know how long it is.
We don't know how long it is. We just assume it's gonna be happening. But we ended at the Luffy being Gear 3. So let's find out what happens next. But yeah, we'll talk to you guys later. Ciao. Bye.
Get ready, because it's about time
Like why?
for you to speak your mind. Super Secret Girls Club. Secret Girls Club. Super Secret Girls Club.